Hey guys, it's me again. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. It is I, Miata Ade Lepale. Yes, I'm coming to you blonde, honey. All right, it is my summertime wig. I'm giving PTA mom. I'm giving divorced mother of 3. I am giving, my name is McCailin. I am giving, I'm in a movie and my husband's been having an affair, so I have an affair with the pool boy, but then the pool boy maybe kills me by the end of the movie. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what I'm giving, honey. I'm giving money. I'm giving divorce.
What a money resign. What a money resign. What a money resign. What a money resign.
I'm giving it all. Thank you. Guys, welcome back to my channel. Like I said before, I'm Miata Ade Lepale. Before we even jump into some of my thoughts of some of this news that has come out more recently about what's going on with season 3 of Bridgerton. Before we get into it, remember to like, subscribe, thumbs up, do all of that stuff below. Do it below. Just a very quick update for those of you guys that watch my courtship videos. Guys, I'm finally axing them. I did 4 episodes of the courtship. No one watched that shit. So I'm fully done there. Done, diggity done. So the next thing I review, I have no idea what it's going to be, but it's going to take some time for me to figure out what I want to do. Before I fully jump into what I want to talk about, a few different things. One, I've said this already in my courtship videos, but I have gotten a sponsorship. I'm working with a brand called Nabi, Black-owned skincare brand. I'm super excited about partnering with them. They're fantastic. I've already, in some of my other videos, talked about the products, but like, sorry, I'm looking around for the product. One of my favorite that I'm using right now is the body polish. Really fantastic. It's kind of like a scrub, but it goes on a lot softer, leaves your skin feeling really soft and smooth. I love it. So if you're interested in kind of all natural body products, things that make your skin feel gorgeous, and also Black owned, which is really important to me, please get into it. So the link is below. And my coupon code is Miata22. And again, like I said, like your girl's trying to do big things. So like if you can get into it, get into it. I think today is Memorial Day. I think when I'm releasing this episode, so go ahead, click on the link below, check out some of their products, and use coupon code Miata22. Secondly, yes, I am drinking. Yes, and the reason I am drinking is a friend of mine sent me some wine. She watches my videos. Hey, Corinne. And she noticed that I drink a lot. Yes. Okay. Listen, guys, I'm not an alcoholic. I only drink for these videos. But I was drinking in these videos. Corinne sells wine. So she sent me wine. Thank you, Corinne. I'm going to put links below for Corinne, how to get her wine if you're interested in buying wine. Okay. So let's talk about it. I know you guys are here because you want to talk about the most important thing that's been announced recently. We have a new Francesca. Hell yes, we have a new Francesca. I know we're going to talk about Penelope. Obviously, that's what we're going to get into. But yes, am I excited that we have a new Francesca? I want to say yes. And I just want to talk about this for a brief second because Francesca's book is one of my favorite books. And y'all bitches don't even know Francesca exists because the actress keeps leaving the show. None of my friends know that Francesca is a character. So I'm so excited that we're finally going to get a person to be there. I cannot wait for a bunch of people on Twitter to be like, wait, is there an extra Bridgerton? Because she's just going to show up randomly. And I now kind of wonder, like, how many seasons? Okay, I just want to, like, poll you guys. How many seasons do you think Netflix is going to give this show? Like, honestly, Netflix, I feel like we're going to get 5 seasons of Bridgerton, 6 if we're very lucky. So perhaps we will be able to end the show with Francesca's season, which would be kind of nice. I would love if we actually got to Francesca. I feel like her book is the peak, like the best book is book 2, but her book is also quite good. And I feel like the books take a real sharp downturn after her book. So I wouldn't mind if we did Francesca's season and then the story fully ended. You know what I mean? I feel like there was some other news that I wanted to talk about with Bridgerton, but I can't remember at this moment. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Let's get into season 3 and the news that has come out that next season is going to focus on COLIN, which is Penelope and Colin. Oh, this is good too. Corinne, this one's good too. So I meant to do this video like whenever this news broke because I was furious. I was furious. And then I had absolutely no time to film it, which was probably for the best. So if you guys follow me or have notifications, then you will have saw that I had posted, I did like a post on YouTube. I got a shit ton of comments of varying degrees, people agreeing with me or not agreeing with me. So we now know that the next season of Bridgerton is going to be Penelope and Colin season. Now, this is not going to come as a huge surprise. We knew this was coming. Their book is book 4. A lot of people had already had commented, had already said that they thought that Penelope and Colin season was most likely going to be in season 3, but I think we all thought it was going to be combined in some way with the Benedict Sophie season. It is not being combined. They're going straight into it. How do I feel about this? Fucking terrible! This is a bad fucking idea!
Just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really.
This is a bad idea for so many reasons. I think there's a couple of reasons why this is a really bad idea to have Penelope be the 3rd season. I'm going to jump into more of it later, and I'm going to explain this next thought a little bit later, but my number one is, guys, I'm going to be very honest with you. I was excited to potentially have a Sophie woman of color. I had already psyched myself up. I truly believed we were getting either a East Asian, Southeast Asian, or a Black Sophie. I had already imagined her in my mind. In my mind, we were getting a Sophie that looked like Gemma Chan. If you guys know who Gemma Chan is, that to me was like, that's who Sophie's gonna be. Like, Sophie is fully gonna look like Gemma Chan. So to go from being like super hype for a woman of color for season 3, because Sophie has to be a woman of color. Sophie has to be a woman of color. The reason why is we already knew Penelope and Colin were gonna be together, and they're both white. We already know that Eloise and Philip are gonna get together, most likely. We'll discuss that in a second, and they're both white. So I feel like Sophie was going to be a woman of color, and then we just didn't get that. So I'm going to discuss that a little bit after my other reasoning for why I don't think Penelope should be season 3. But yeah, I'll talk about it in a second. Now, I preface this with saying, do I think they had a choice? Absolutely fucking not. The second they made the choice of revealing who Lady Whistledown was in season 1, they really only had about 1 season before they had to get to Penelope stuff. They did not have a choice. They boxed themselves in. This season especially, I complained ad nauseum about how much they were focusing on Penelope. And so I really feel like they had no choice but to get to Penelope's story. They had made Penelope such a focus of the story. Why? I think the writers of the show very much love Penelope. I think a lot of women, myself included, see themselves in Penelope. Particularly for me, book Penelope is someone that I see myself a lot in, right? She's a wallflower. I think a lot of us are wallflowers. A lot of us didn't have a lot of men chasing us. A lot of us know what it's like to long after a man that doesn't notice us. So we very much connect to someone like Penelope. I do not connect to show Penelope, however, because what is show Penelope, friends? Say it louder! A demon! Book Penelope is nothing like this. I will attempt to not compare the book to the show a billion times ad nauseum like I did season 2. Y'all were mad at me about that, but she's very different in the show. So here's the thing. Show Penelope is a demon, right? She is. By the end of the season, she is fully leaned into the fact that she is a villain. Which, if the show's gonna go there, the show's gonna go there, and the show's going there, right? So for them to immediately announce that a character that they have fully taken into villainhood is going to be the hero of the next season. Now, shit like that can work, but shit like that can only work under certain circumstances. And I honestly, based on the writing of season 2, based on the pacing of season 2, I very much worry that they're going to be able to pull off the type of turn that we're going to need to have happen. Now, there's a few ways that this can work. One, Nicola, I hope I'm saying her name right. Nicola, the actress who plays Penelope, she's fantastic. She's one of the best actresses on the show. You guys know her from other stuff. I mean, she's very talented. I absolutely believe in her talent and her ability to do whatever is necessary for Penelope to make her heroic turn into somebody that's absolutely hateful by the end of season 2, into someone that we're going to root for by the end of season 3. However, I really feel like the only way for this to work is for the time jump to happen. For those of you guys that do not know this, by the start of Penelope's book, I believe she's around like 27, 28, 29 years old, okay? So she's much older in the books for her own book than she is in the show, which makes perfect sense. By the time we get to her in the books, she has been making money as Lady Whistledown for a long period of time. She's very wealthy. She is very independent and she knows herself. That's what I really love about Penelope in her book. She fucking knows herself. She loves herself and she doesn't need Colin anymore. By that point, she realizes that her and Colin are probably never going to happen. And she's just like, you know what? I'm happy with who I am. And so when Colin does start coming into her life, it's more like Colin needs to get his shit together to earn her or to deserve her. She's not there trying to beg for his love the way she used to. That kind of growth happened over the course of several years, which of course it did happen off page in the books, but in books you can do off page growth and it works. What I will fully say is growth for characters on the screen has to happen on the screen. Just as a viewing medium, it just does not work for your character's growth to happen off screen. We don't quite understand what's happening. We don't believe it when it happens. So I am very, very interested in how the writers, there has to be a time jump. Would you guys agree there has to be a time jump? Penelope cannot go from being 17-year-old Penelope in the show to next season being 18-year-old Penelope and it be believable in any way that she is able to be the fully formed Penelope that we need her to be by the end of the season. It just doesn't work. So I fully believe that there has to be a time jump. I'm very interested in how they're going to work with the chemistry between Penelope and Colin. Because that's not there. Do I believe in Nicola? Yes, I think that's the issue. We all believe in her. But do you guys believe in Luke Newton? Luke gives me puppy dog Disney vibes. Now, I believe Luke fully was in Disney stuff when he was younger. I think he did like Disney UK. He's still giving me UK Disney vibes. So it's hard for me. I'm trying to imagine him and her making out and my vagina is contracting outwards. Like, you know, your vagina contracts inwards when something is sexy. It's like trying to push itself out of my body. I'm trying to imagine it and I cannot. Now, away from the fact that I think this is the stupidest idea of all time, I have had some people say, oh my God, but we have to be so excited that we are having a plus size woman as a lead. I feel like, and I've had a few people like come at me as if I need to be excited that she's plus size or the fact that I'm not excited means I'm against a plus size lead. Y'all, I don't know what size you think I am, but baby, it's all body. It's all body. It's all body. It's all body. It's all body, body, body. So I briefly mentioned before that I really thought we should do a Benedict Sophie season because I thought Benedict and Sophie were going to be another interracial match. And so for me, again, like I said, I saw a lot of people be like, we should be excited that Penelope is like plus size. And like, yes, great. I love plus size women. I'm a plus size woman. I want more plus size actresses. But I really was hoping to see another season with an actress of color in the lead part. And so you have to understand that people are allowed to be kind of frustrated and or disappointed that we were going to not have a lead of color in the coming up season. So I think that just has to be okay. I think you have to understand why people are upset about that. I've heard a few people mentioned a few different rumors, which I kind of want to address and talk about. There's two different rumors that I feel like are floating around the Bridgerton sphere right now. And if you guys know anything about it, please let me know. If you have more information, please let me know. One of the rumors floating around is the reason we don't have a Benedict season. Obviously, we don't have a Sophie yet. I think that's the biggest thing. They're probably doing their Sophie search. I wish they had been doing their Sophie search for the past 2 years. I mean, this season's been shooting for fucking ever. They could have found a Sophie by now, but fine, whatever. So I believe they haven't found their Sophie. I think they don't know what to do with their Sophie. And I have seen either you guys comment, I think I've definitely seen it on Twitter, that some people think the show is trying to maybe fight to get a bisexual Benedict. If you guys don't already know this, you may not know this. Oh Lord, how did this happen? What just happened? This backdrop stitch, please let's ignore it and just pray for me. If you guys do not already know this about the show, one of the things that we've all heard that's stipulated is that Julia Quinn, the author of the books, has stipulated that she wants all of the siblings to end up with who they end up with in the books. This means that Benedict has no choice but to end up with Sophie, Eloise has no choice but to end up with Philip. I mean, this is apparently what she stipulated for the show. I do not know if these are rumors or if these things that we actually know is true. If you guys know that, can you link that below for me? I'd love to know that. Okay, so I have heard, though, from a few people, it's just rumor mill shit, that they think the reason why we don't have a Benedict season may be because they're specifically trying to, if not get, is that my glass right there? Let me move that. I'm so sorry. If not to get a gay Benedict, then to get a bisexual Benedict. So we can get in season 3 a Benedict who's exploring his sexuality, a Benedict that sleeps with men, sleeps with women, a Benedict that finds either bisexual or pansexual. So this is straight rumor. Like, I'm not sure I've heard a lick of anything to corroborate this. Corroborate, right? But that is a rumor that is going around that perhaps they're trying to work on what they can actually do with Benedict's character in season 3. Additionally, I have seen some of you guys say, and on Twitter say, maybe Eloise is not going to end up with Philip. This would be very interesting to me because, like I've said before, I have mentioned this a billion fucking times at this point. This Sir Philip is not my Sir Philip. This is not what I would have wanted for Sir Philip. He doesn't look anything like Sir Philip should. Sir Philip, like I've said before, very tall, very much a giant, and that's a part of who he is as a story.
Well, his dick is big. I know it. I know it's big. I mean, oh God, my heart hurts.
And this Sir Philip is not giving Sir Philip. So I mean, I honestly wouldn't, I don't know what they're going to do with Sir Philip. I don't know how they're going to make him and Eloise work because the Eloise in the show is so different from the Eloise in the books that I'm not quite sure how they're going to get these two people together and make it work out. Like, honestly, I don't know how they're going to do it because Eloise in the books is much more of a wallflower and she doesn't like, she's not as like, you know, show Eloise very much like talks her shit, very outspoken. That's not really book Eloise. And so book Eloise makes a lot more sense with a mild-mannered Philip. I don't know how they're going to make it work with the show Philip. So it would be interesting to me if show Eloise ended up with someone else. Now, do I think she's going to end up with Theo? Baby, no, I don't think. I just don't see how they'd make it work. What kind of life would Eloise have if she lived with a man who was poor? I'm sorry. This show was about rich people in the ton, okay? So, let's see what happens. But it would be interesting to see if Eloise ended up with someone other than Philip. Again, I'm not sure that's going to happen. It would be interesting, though, if they were going to allow Benedict to explore his sexuality. We'll see. Maybe they're trying to allow Benedict to go in that direction. Maybe that's why we're not going there in season 3. I also think, I've seen some of you guys mention this, Twitter people mention this, that they do think Sophie's going to be introduced by the end of season 3, and then we'll be able to start that story in season 4. Perhaps also they're trying to rework book 3. Book 3 is a fucking mess. If book 3 is one of your favorites, baby, I love y'all. Terrible fucking take. Book 3 is so boring. It is a reworking of Cinderella. Sophie's literally Cinderella. Benedict basically coerces her into having sex. It's not a sexy book and it's very boring. And they've introduced such an interesting Benedict in the television show. The Benedict in the show, literally light years above book Benedict. So maybe they're just trying to figure out how to make his story better. And you know what? Great. Fantastic. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's all I have to say. I didn't really want this to be a super long video. Lots of rumor mill stuff going around, lots of hearsay. If you guys have like some really solidified shit or like better rumors going around, please let me know. I'm always interested in that type of shit. But like, I think it's a really bad idea. But I think I said this earlier, I don't think they had a choice. They ended season 2. They couldn't have gone any other direction, to be honest. The second, again, like I said, that they made us aware of Penelope being Lady Whistledown was, they hammered the nail into the coffin. That was it. She was going to have to happen sooner than season 4. And great. Am I gonna watch the season? Yes. Obviously I'm gonna watch the season. I think the reason I feel so meh and low energy about it is I've really come to terms, I think over the past, since the show ended and the past few weeks, I think I've just really come to terms with the fact that this show is not what I thought it was going to be. And I guess I have to be okay with that. So, I think I'm just kind of low energy because I'm like, okay, like, the show does not seem to care. They're going to do what they're going to do. I think that, I've said this before, I do not think the people in charge either read romances or respect romance novels. I can tell that from what they did in season 2. And I just have to be okay with the fact that what I'm going to get is what I'm going to get. I just think, based on the writing and the pacing of season 2, I'm a little worried about how they're going to have to pace season 3 in order for us to get to a fully matured, less villainous Penelope. Hey guys, I'm sweating in my apartment because it's summer and I'm drinking alcohol. It's warm and the AC is not on. I love you guys so much. And I don't know when I'll be back. We'll find out. If there's more Bridgerton news that comes out that's like kind of shocking, perhaps I will come back and make some more videos. Otherwise, I love you guys so much and we'll talk on the next time, I guess. Yeah. Bye.